Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome in, guys and gals, boys and squirrels. How we doing today? Welcome in. We've had a pretty good few days of impling catching. Found 6 lucky implings the last 3 days, up to 97, 3 more, and we're at a big 100 milestone. And we only need 70 more to get to the drop rate for the fire battle staff. Still giving away 1.5 billion GP to whoever finds the lucky impling that gives me a fire battle staff. Plus giving away 10 mil per lucky scouted. So some pretty good money to be made if you are interested in scouting. Exclamation mark lucky in the chat. Exclamation mark scout if you want to know the locations to scout at. I'm gonna update the new command with all the new loot from the lucky implings. Nothing too crazy from the lucky implings recently. I got 10 more purple sweets. Purple sweets are good. I'll take purple sweets. I got a collection log of pest control teleports, which I actually could be using those teleports, in the near future. That's probably the closest one of those teleports that could actually be useful for me. So, kind of cool to see. The collection log slots are cool to see in general. How are we doing today, guys? Hope you're all doing pretty well. What's everybody up to? Weird, I got not Twitch notification. Really? I haven't been streaming for long. I don't know if it's slightly delayed sometimes or what. Alright, the Lucky's command should be updated. Do you like the fact that Voldemort is also named Tom? Bro, maybe I am Voldemort. You ever think of that? No, you didn't think of that. Because you only think of yourself. SMH. SMH. Rama, welcome in. Good to see you. Bonnie Blue, more like Tommy Blue. It's been my favorite slam of all the one chunks. Ah, yes, Mr. Plague Chunk. Coming in with that. He's definitely good at the one-liners, for sure. Don't think you so. You're too much. You're too nice. Well, Voldemort was pretty deceptive, so maybe I'm being deceptive. Maybe I'm not really this nice. Maybe I'm trying too hard to be nice so that you all think I'm just a normal person. And then I split my soul into 7 pieces, and then I try to kill Harry Potter, but instead I end up making an 8th Horcrux, and that ends up being the demise of myself, and the prophecy comes true, and then I float into dust because Thanos snaps me, and then I'm dust. Let Tebow sign? Will do. Oh my god, instantly get murked. Bro, stop hitting me for 7s. I'm doing TD while scouting on Salty. Just got my 4th synapse. Nice, nice. Congrats. You don't really need 4, do you? Maybe some money or some dust cough or whatever you're doing it for. Money if you're main, I guess. The most chunks someone's completed? Oh, if you're talking about vanilla, people have completed the entire map. A few people. But that's vanilla. Extreme rules? Probably Frey. But Frey's got a little bit of easier rules. Slightly easier. Salty, thank you for the prime as well. Thank you for the prime. Did you know, everybody, listen up real quick. This is very important. Did you know that every prime sub that you don't use goes directly into another facelift for Jeff Bezos' wife? Yes, another facelift. Pretty soon, her mouth is going to be on her forehead, and Jeff Bezos is going to have to go onto his tippy toes to kiss his wife. Do you want that to happen? No. Send your Twitch primes. Thank you. I see your Riddler. Each Horcrux is in a Chambers room. Coulda hid them in any Chambers room. It's true. It's true. You know, if you think about it, Zarek is pretty close to Voldemort. Or Wise, I guess. He could technically live forever. How many people are out there scouting right now? We've got a lot of people in the friends chat right now. Holy crap, we got 28. That's the most I've seen. 28 in the friends chat. I'm assuming most of them are scouting. Let's hope that we spread out and we cover as much ground as possible, and then we could definitely get some lucky implings this stream. We're at 28,608 necromancers slain. We'll be at 30k before too long. Take too long. Looks like the Curse Amulets of Magic went up a bit. I think on Runelight it says that they're 8k there, but on the ground it looked like they're over 10k. That's weird. Either way, we want them to be over 10k. Hopefully they stay that way. Or hopefully they're at least over 10k when I'm trying to use them on Death's Coffer eventually. Not necessarily like a useful item, but not many people kill the Necromancer anyway. Horror Necro support reporting in. Thank you, Jesus fan. I need the moral support. It helps. It helps. Glad to have everybody here who's here. Appreciate you guys. Surely we can pump the price to 10k when you reach Death's Coffer. Maybe. I don't know. Someone was trying to tell me like that's against the game rules at some point. Or like a few months ago. Someone was saying that. Price manipulation or something. I don't think it's really against it. 26 jungle? Does that mean? Is that a lucky call? I'm just gonna grab my net just in case. Star scouting, please try to be very specific when you make calls. Tell me it's a lucky, tell me where it is. Tell me are like directional, if it's north, south, east, and west of like the Necromancer or the area. Let me know if you have lure or don't have lure that people can help with it. But yeah, let's try. Let's hopefully get this one here. Could be a lucky already. Slut. Ganked. What a terrible term to call me. Can't believe you do that. After allowing you to name a Moss Shine after me too and everything. Mage. 10 Chaos Runes. Ten Chaos Runes. You really hate to see it. Yeah. Hate to see that. Grim is paid. 10 mil. Nice. Thank you, thank you. By the way, if anybody else wants to donate to the pot, you're more than welcome to as well. If we could get the full bounty up to 2 bill, you know, that would be even more exciting, right? Yo, Salty coming in with 5 gifted subs. Holy hell, man. I appreciate you. Just subscribed to Prime today, and now he's already gifted 5. Appreciate that support, and congrats to Luigi the Dino for the sub. Thithia for the sub. Tiny Pickle Packer. That's a funny name. GZ on the sub, and L Muskoff gets a sub as well. Enjoy your subs, guys. Enjoy your emotes. The most amazing emotes in the world. I got an evil Bob. Pete, we take the Pete. Pete could be a lamp. And make sure to thank Salty for the gifted sub if you were one of the lucky who got one. 100% would sub if I had Prime, but poor uni. No worries, man. No worries. I don't know if it helps, but doesn't Amazon give discounts to uni students for Prime? I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it was this thing when I was in uni. Ganked with a 3-stream streak. Cardboard crack is crazy. Need my fix. Damn. Dude's addicted to the cardboard crack. RIP. Yeah, I'm guessing since you said uni, you're from Australia. So, yeah, I didn't know about Australia. Alright, what do we get from the prison Pete? A lamp. Oh, I rarely get lamps, dude. I haven't gotten a lamp from that in a long time. I feel like 30 plus of those to get a lamp, but yeah, there's 630 smithing XP. Good boost to the XP there. Oh, Sweden. Okay. I just updated the command for Luckies, and now I gotta update it again. So that's how quick it happens. Skull. Alright. Updated the command once again for Luckies. You guys want to see the full loot for that, and then I've got to update in the stream as well. 98. Bro, do you think we can get 100 in the stream? That'd be insane. Be absolutely insane. 10 chaos runes. I can't believe that. They can be so shit sometimes, dude. So shit. That's definitely an easy drop. Uni could be UK too. I feel like university, they say a lot. Did we figure out the spawn time? Is it still 1545? I think it's on like 37 and 7 right now. Somebody said a dragon impling like despawned in front of them earlier. I think it was on the 37, so 37.7 I think is when it's respawning now. Chunks needed to scout in. Exclamation mark scout. The chunks needed to scout in. Uni could be anyone. CBA to write out university. Oh, it's not used that much in the US. It's pretty rare to hear in the US. In America, we're more likely to say college, I feel. Even if it is a university. Lucky Impling's a lucky Impling. It would be nice to get something useful soon. Something on the tier list. Black Diad body. Air staff. Not the fire staff. Obviously. A useful collection log slot. Like that drop of chaos runes I just got is way better than the lucky Impling loot. Crazy. I love regional differences in language use, to be honest. I do too, yeah. The fact that you can still understand what people are saying too. There's a lot of like weird slang words from the UK and like Australia, even though like we all speak the same language, that are kind of different. Like, there was this interesting Aussie slang word that I heard the other day for like the extremely Aussie dudes, like the ones with mullets and mustache and like are always flip-flops or barefoot. It started with a B, I think. I forget it. Aka? I feel like it was Baka or Bakra or something. I forget. Bogan. Yeah, that it could have been that, yeah. Bogan. I knew it started with a B. That was an interesting one. Mark has the best lucky impling luck. Well, yeah, I mean, he's the only extreme one chunker I know of that hit the mega rare table on a lucky. Battle staff today, I feel it. Could be the next one. Could be the next one, you never know. I would love to give away 1.5 build today. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. It is the last week of September, I believe. So discounted gifted subs. Just a reminder of that. Whispering Butts. Nice name, dude. Nice name. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome, welcome. Lex Cord redeems any gifters in the chat. Any September gifters. A man wants one. He wants to be able to use the Troll Jam, the Fire Battle Staff, the Heart, the CMs, the Fire, the Toilet Paper. He wants to use all those incredible emotes. Who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? Nearly at 30k necros. Be nice. Brad, by the way, go through Twitch counts like hotcakes. Are you not remembering passwords, or are you getting banned? Are people catching all the implings? Because I'm not seeing any while hopping around. Sometimes people catch them if they're like scouting for luckies. They see a magpie, like they're probably catching it, I'm guessing. Or they're wandering. Implings wander sometimes. Write that passwords down in chippers and then I can't even decipher them. Thing. Yeah, I mean, if you see one impling, then it's the right spot. At least. Did anybody see the new blog about the new Slayer creatures coming with sailing? That's actually pretty hype, in my opinion. New Slayer creatures and like new areas to find them and fight them is like one of the main reasons why I voted for sailing. The cool shit like that. And I hope that they show some more cool shit soon. Yo, Rico, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate your follow, brother. The follows help support the channel, guys. If you aren't followed, the Necromancer rune stacks are going up. Love to see it. I think I need like another 3,000-ish fire runes for the next smithing level. Bit less, maybe 3,500-ish. Whispering Butts comes in with the follow too. He prime subs before he follows. What a beast. And Salty with the follow as well. This guy prime subs, gifts 5 and then follows. That's just different. That's just different. Basan, welcome in. Yeah, come on guys. 2 more lucky Implings this stream and we'll be at a crisp, clear 100. And a big chunk of the way to the drop rate. Got a magic level yesterday, 83 magic. It means more magic defense against the Necromancer. We take those. We got another farming level while woodcutting yesterday too, I believe. That was yesterday, maybe the day before. I've started editing on the next video, which will be episode 1 of the new series. That's pretty exciting. I'm really liking the intro so far. I think you guys will like it too. It's gonna be a good time. Hype, yes, let's go. I got my birthday coming up, guys. The 27th is my birthday. I'll probably do a stream on that day, and maybe we can plan some obs for that day. What day? The 27th. I believe it's Saturday. It's my birthday and I want to do some tobs for fun. Whether I have the video out yet or not, which I doubt I'll have it out by then. But maybe. My mom's birthday is 2 days after. Nice, nice. I know a lot of people with September birthdays. Like, one of my really good friends, my neighbor for many years, he's in a September birthday. One of my friends from Romania, her birthday's in September. One of my good friends from high school, her birthday's in September as well. I think on the same day, the 29th. And I remember in high school I had a lot of people with birthdays around the same day too. But never on my birthday. Like my exact birthday. I rarely find people with that same exact birthday. But around the birthday, I hear a lot of people. Funny. Bodhi's birthday was in September. I saw him post about that. Bunch of New Year's babies? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Conceived around the new year. I was on Tuesday. I know 3 people with my birthday. Dang. Oh yeah, I have another friend with the birthday on September 11th too. So usually has a hard time celebrating his birthday. Yeah, that should be fun. Excited to do more tobs. Once I get the video out, we'll be grinding them out for a while. I have a lot of plans for that. The new video is doing really well. If you guys haven't seen it yet, new vid on YouTube. It's at 58.6 thousand views right now. That's second best out of the last 10 videos, so really good. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I put a lot of time into it. I feel like it did really well because of that. Obviously, it's my first chunk roll video, so I've heard from other people that those pop off, so now I got to experience that for myself, and it did pop off for sure, so. You want dragon implings? I don't need them, but if you're not gonna catch them, I won't say no. Will not say no. You think sailing will have a big impact on chunkers? Well, yeah, it opens up a lot of chunks in general. 442. Okay. If you can make sure you just try to lure it closer to the necro area, just so I don't have to re-aggro, would be helpful. And you have. Good man, good man. Just a bit more north. Robe skirt. Thank you. It's a good alk for later on. 48k for the future. Yeah, I haven't had any sort of money related grinds yet. We're on the long grind here, boys. Boys and squirrels. I'm excited for this grind though. Just like a massive loot tracker of necromancers is appealing to me. I mean, I really hope we get the fire staff, yes, but if we don't, then like getting a nice massive stack of necromancer KC would look really cool. Either way, like, I posted on Twitter a stack of like 20k necromancers, and that got a lot of views on Twitter just for 20k. So if we made to like 30k, might surprise people. Like 100k would look way cooler. 100k would probably have like at least 100k stacks of like all those common runes. You'd have to go well over 100k to have 100k stacks of these other ones, but it'd be still be pretty cool. If we got the fire battle staff today, what would happen is I would go to Big Frogs to get nature runes, because they're not like a crazy amount better than Necromancer for nature runes specifically, but they are better, and at that point nature runes would be all I would need. First thing I would do is superheat, because I've got quite a bit of nature runes banked. A 24k nature runes banked that could get me quite a few levels for now. Just so like lamps and stuff will give me more, so that's what I do. I instantly get a ton of smithing levels, and then I would grind the big frogs. I got the fire battle staff today. The coolest thing you have gotten from Lucky so far? The coolest thing? I mean, you can see the Luckies, but like, what's the coolest drop? I mean, getting the samurai bottoms was kind of cool because it's a master clue loot. The master clue loot's pretty difficult to see from a Lucky Impling. But the Bando's cloak is probably one of the cooler upgrades, I guess. I didn't have anything in the... Actually, the most impactful upgrade is probably the rune pickaxe that I got really early on. That was an insanely good upgrade for the account. At that time, maybe the only thing that would have been better for the raid itself, for like more points, would have been a black tea-eyed body, but yeah. The trimmed amulet of power is kind of cool as well. It's cool looking. It's not like a best in slot or anything. I would much prefer like a trimmed amulet of glory, because it is my best in slot amulet anyway, and a trimmed version would give me more gems while mining, which is a very small advantage, but still an advantage. Killing so many necromancers, the OSRS team will think people want necromancer skill in OSRS. We do not. Tell you that right now, we do not want it. That's for sure. I was thinking about doing a little bit of the RS3 League, but it's come at such a difficult time for me to do it. Maybe later on. I don't know how long it's gonna last for, but if it lasts like 3 months, which is, I think, typically how long an old school league lasts, right? Like 3 months. And I might at least try it later on once I get past like the top chunk episode 1 and grind that out for a bit. Then maybe I'd try it if I, wanted to switch it up for one day or something. That's 1 month? Really? If it's only 1 month, I might not be able to try it. Is there anything you could pull from them that would fuck you over? No. No. 10th of November, okay. So it's 2 months. A bit less, but yeah, around 2 months. Yeah, Lucky Implings don't really drop anything bad. Like, maybe if you're like a brand new account and you don't want to get like 40 defense and you get rune plate legs, then it might be bad for you, but definitely no big grind, especially for an account as geared and as statted up like mine. It's not, yeah, they don't really give anything difficult, really. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about my fantasy league I'm in. My first ever fantasy league this year. We're not playing for anything. It's like just for fun. But I'm 0-4 right now, so not doing very well. And this week's matchup, because of the Thursday night game, I'm in a decent position. Because they had Josh Allen, and he did pretty close, but he did slightly less than what he was projected. He had the Bills defense, who did slightly less, and then he had Matt Prater, the kicker, and he did slightly less. That kind of sets me up in a good way, but I mean, it's not like a huge difference anyway, I guess. But I think the person I'm facing is like hasn't lost yet, so it's probably doubtful that I win this one. I don't know if anybody else is interested in fantasy football, but that's kind of how that's going. definitely not gonna win this entire thing, I'm sure. Spoon and Foley are also in this league. I haven't faced either of them yet, but when I do face them, as long as I beat them, I'd be happy. Everyone else would just be, a little bit extra dopamine, I guess. Yo, Shifty coming in. Dropping the Prime sub. Subscribe for 3 months, my man. Appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome in. How's it going? Really good, man. Really good. Put out the latest video. I don't know if you've seen it or not. !new video if you haven't. But yeah, put out the new video a few days ago, and since then, we've had a lot more people join up for the Fire Battle Staff Hunt, and we've caught 7 Lucky Implings in the last 3 days, which is really good. Really good. Typically, I'm lucky to get 5 in a week, or my goal's been 5 in a week. I've definitely gotten 7 in a week before, but that's pretty rare. So like 7 in 3 days is really good. As long as we can keep up the momentum. I mean, we did raise the bounty to 1.5 bill recently, and we also raised the amount per Lucky Impling. So per Lucky Impling is 10 mil now instead of 5, so that should increase it a bit too. 2 more Lucky Implings and we'll be at the big 100. Yeah, happy to be making some good progress on it. Every Lucky Impling's exciting. You never know what I might get. Hunting Implings is like bank standing, but being productive. Good way to put it. It doesn't take much effort. I have found a couple Lucky Implings while hopping for Necromancers. Twice, I believe, I found them like up here roaming or something. Like right on the cusp of like my view here. Kind of expected it to happen. At least a couple times throughout this whole grind. But yeah, this is the grind in all of its glory. gonna be a long one unless we do get the fire staff. If we get the fire staff, we go to big frogs, and it becomes a lot easier. If we don't, we're gonna be getting a lot of necromancer kills. 325k, probably less than that to be honest, because of lamps. I didn't really factor in lamps doing those calculations, because lamps are hard to factor in, but I feel like it might be less than 300k necromancers if I have to go all the way with fire runes. And then once we're done with that, we've got a lot of interesting chunks around us. We could get straight into another death chunk. Unfortunately, right next to us is an anvil. So there is a chance that we go directly from 85 smithing to 99 smithing. If that happens, I might have to come back to the necromancer for a lot. Although, if I do get the anvil chunk right next to us, that has 2 medium clue steps. And since I already have a completable medium clue step in the bank, I think it would definitely be worth it to hunt medium clues if I had 3 doable steps and had to collect thousands of fire runes again. That would be much better to do. It would be nice if we just get the fire staff before though. Only hopping worlds 300k times. Not quite 300k times, because that first 10 minutes that I'm trying to lose aggro is usually about 10 kills each trip 45 minutes to an hour depending. And I can't hop while things are aggressive on me, but probably at least like 200k will be from hopping for sure. Imagine only hopping worlds 250,000 times. From all the hopping I did with the 95 fletching grind as well, like I wouldn't be surprised if I was in like the top 5 accounts that have hopped worlds the most times, like not counting bots, or maybe even counting bots. I don't know. Probably still be pretty high up there, but yeah, lots of world hops, man. Lots of world hops. Can't really get away from it at the moment. There's a lot of other good grinds, good chunks that we can roll on the map right now, though. Like this north chunk's really good. That would give me a bank towards this area. Gives me my first general store, which is kind of cool. This is 1/2 of the agility course, so I need that for agility course. And then it would make this chunk rollable, which is Shazian armor. If I can get Shazian armor before Lisbon shamans, that would put me in a good spot. Also has like the intelligence. This has a saw too. This is the saw chunk that Murph really didn't want. So a lot of good stuff in that chunk. This chunk's still good because it's got the the Giant's Den and couple collection log slots there. If I still didn't have a fire battle staff, I could have that. You know, Mulch Island, I'm not against getting that one. Doesn't really help me out, but yeah. Yep. Lots of good stuff around. I'd like to get down to Land's End at some point too. Just having the possibility to roll the mainland, I think, would make the chunk rolls really interesting. Yeah, Mulch Island's fish sack, but that's an easy grind compared to like what I'm doing now. That'd be a couple weeks. Not bad. I mean, it's not a fun activity, but a lot quicker than most. Something I'm gonna have to do eventually, soon anyway. Yo, Gnome, what's up? I was reading your message you sent in the group chat. Put some aerial fishing last night for a couple hours. If you can do that for 1k pearls, bro, hats off to you. Yeah, I can do that. Easy. I didn't talk about your DM. Here, I'll give you a good name. Give you a good name. I'm killing these for fire runes. We're hunting lucky implings for fire battle staff though. 5 out of 10? You're kidding. You're kidding. Good evening, Bella. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Everyone's too obsessed with the stash. Exactly, you just gotta work with it. You've got a shtick, you gotta stick to your shtick, right? I understand. Yeah. Gotta work with your strengths. I mean, you've got a really cool name, Felix. Like as an American, like nobody is named Felix. There are very few people in America are named Felix. So anything with Felix in it, I think would be good for a name. Oh, as if you haven't said that in your own stream before. Oh, PewDiePie. Sounds very original to me. So, oh, the one I just sent you. Oh, is his name also Felix? I never knew that. I was never much of a PewDiePie watcher. Wonderful working on dinner, lurking with headphones. Nice. What are we having? And thank you for the primer. Appreciate you. 2 months. Get the new badge. Trimmed skill cape. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a kinky name. Yeah, I've thought about like more variety on my second channel too. I kind of wish I'd done sort of a an IRL vlog or for my second channel from RuneFest, but I you know, it is what it is. I mean, maybe I'll buy a nice camera for next RuneFest or something, and maybe do a vlog for that and see how that goes. See how I like doing that, and maybe would post some more IRL stuff in that way. I recommend anybody who has a chance to go to the next RuneFest to attend. The previous one was really fun. And I think it'll only get bigger. So much fun. Loki used to do those RuneFest blogs. Yeah, Mammal does them too. I think MMORPG did them. Yeah. Maybe Rice Cup did one. Yeah, very fun to watch. I did see Loki. I don't think we really met, but yeah, we were like kind of talking in a group for a bit. But the nice thing about last RuneFest is that not many people knew who I was. I got recognized at least 30 times. I counted because it was very surreal to be recognized in public like that. But yeah, I was still like one of the regular people there, and that was really cool for me in general. So now that my channel's like doubled in size since, I can imagine, I think next September, so probably a year from now is going to be the next RuneFest, I would imagine. Because they usually do them in September. Like, it would have been September last year for the last RuneFest, but it got delayed because of, you know, whatever company they were working with fell through. So I'm guessing next September would be the next one. So it's kind of like a 1.5 year gap, but I guess it's kind of how it has to happen. Yari was featured in Mudkip's blog. Yeah, I met Mudkip too. He's well, Yari was awesome to meet. Yari was I'd only like been in his stream like a few times at that point, and then like saw him at RuneFest. Didn't expect him to be there because I didn't hear about him coming, but yeah, and then he was like he was already like very prominent in Mudkip's streams and stuff, so he introduced me, and Mudkip was probably caught him at a bad time because he was doing some sailing on like the beta testing that they had there. So I only talked to him for a second, but said hi at least, and he remembered me. Here's someone in MMORPGs referenced Cox Chunk, something to the effect of just don't leave Cox till you've gotten green logged in it, like Cox Chunk. Yeah, Sakis is I think a mod for MMORPG, isn't he? Or he at least goes into his stream a lot. Curtis raided me a couple times really early in my streaming career, which helped out a lot too. Yeah, I watched the Farmers series. Well, I guess the video's out, so it's not really spoilers anymore, but Curtis died, which is sad. I mean, he's like the full steam ahead, don't give a shit, risk it type of, not like risk it, but he didn't like overly prepare for like his Inferno or his Coliseum, and got kind of close, few sketchy situations with that, and Vardorvis can stack you out, and I know that all too well, so at least it was like a respectable boss to die to, you know? More respectable than dying to Cerberus, which like Foe did, but I'm not logged in right now. Can you check to see if Ron Rallis is online? Let's see. No, he is not. My first hardcore man died to Scurious on your second. Oh, died to Skilling Bingo. Oh man. Oh man. Super random. Found a mate of him in Trackmania Nations lobby. Interesting. I don't know what that is. Is that a mini game in RuneScape? Never heard of it. Racing game from 2007. Cool. Cool. Imagine playing 2 games from based on 2007. Crazy. Yo, just too good. Welcome in. We're grinding, man. We're grinding. We're grinding. Can we also get a regular fire staff from the Lucky? You can't, no. You only have you can only get clue loot from Lucky Implings, and it doesn't count beginner clue loot. So beginner clues drop fire staffs, but yeah, you can't get those. So it's just the fire battle staff, and that's a 1 in 170 from Lucky Implings, and that's what we're looking for. Get a 1.5 bill GP bounty on a fire battle staff from a Lucky Impling. Paying 10 mil per Lucky Impling. We're at 98 Lucky Implings, so good chunk of the way there. Gotten 7 Lucky Implings the last 3 days, which has been huge. Absolutely huge. So you could get them from Easies? No. You can get a regular air staff from Easies, but none of the other staffs. I would like to get an air staff too. Air staff would be really nice. It's tough when you don't have a rune shop or availability for staffs. You regular accounts, you take staffs for granted. I don't know if you've seen my map, just too good, but this is my map right here. It's in the shape of a frying pan, nothing else. Don't think about the shape too hard. But yeah, anywhere else I can't go. So that's what we have to work with. We finished Chambers of Xeric. Here's the green log for Chambers of Xeric if you haven't seen that. But yeah, that was such a fun grind and such a big accomplishment. Oh, it's kind of cutting off. One sec. That? Yeah. There you go. There's the whole thing. Good times, good times. What'd you do with all your extra loot? It's in the bank. I haven't dropped anything over on this account. I'm never going to drop anything over on this account. Gonna keep it pure. Start Sears Village. Get 4 elemental staffs. True, true. Nah, I'm not trading my dupes to my main. Then I wouldn't have a 4.8 billion GP bank. Keep all the dupes for myself. All for me. What about Desk Coffer? I have a plan for Desk Coffer. You see all these amulets I'm picking up? They're worth, well, they're worth around 10k GP. An item needs to be at least 10k GP to put into Desk Coffer. So I'm stacking up all these amulets, and I've already got what, like, I got 57 mil worth of amulets basically put in Desk Coffer, and the more I do this grind, the more that's gonna grow. So I shouldn't need to put any raid dupes into Desk Coffer ever. And I'll figure it out. I have plenty of time to figure stuff out because I'm stuck here for a long time. So unless we get a fire staff, which we're looking for. On the side, we got people scouting. By the way, if you're interested in scouting, anyone from the chat, join my friend's chat, Coxchunk. ! Lucky in the chat, !Scout for some more information. But yeah, there's 2 locations to scout at. Bring Dark Lure. And yeah, you could win a lot of money that way. So for heads up as that. Also, if you want to donate to the pot, you can. You're more than welcome to. I could always use more cash since we've been flying through the lucky implings the last 3 days here or so. The cash stack is going down quickly, so you know, more money towards paying people does help as well. And you get your name in the video too. I got myself a dragon Impling. Let's lure it over. I'll scam you out of 5 mil. You're the one who... Well, you got 5 mil, so stop complaining. Be happy with what you got, man. Time to bank. The price could still go up too. Maybe I'll start paying 15 mil for every lucky at some point if enough people donate. It's kind of just how it goes, right? Not bringing Dark Lure because I'm not doing that fucking quest. Fair enough. Fair enough. If you're scouting without Dark Lure, just make sure when you scout a lucky to let us know that you don't have Dark Lure, so that like I can log my main in, or maybe somebody else can help lure if you're in the friends chat. On for every lucky would motivate some people more. I mean, if you're willing to donate some more money, I can do a bond per lucky Impling. How much are bonds right now? $14 mil. Okay, so I mean, if you're an Iron Man and you catch me 2 lucky Implings, I can give you a bond, I guess. Or if you catch 6 lucky Implings, I can give you 2 bonds. Right? No. Math is hard. 3, right? 3 would be 2 bonds. Yeah, 3 luckies would be 2 bonds. So if you catch 2 lucky implings, that'd be 1 bond, and if you caught 3, that'd be 2 bonds. I got to the conclusion eventually. Don't worry. Don't worry. Did an ad when you start talking about cash running out or something? What did he say? Oh, I'm giving away a lot of GP. Since I'm giving 10 mil per lucky impling scout. If anybody wants to donate to the pot, they're more than welcome to. That was all I was saying. I won't run out of money for it. Unless nobody donates for like the next month or something. But I've already put pretty much all of my GP on my main account into it. But worth it in my opinion, because this is the account that really matters to me. But yeah, if you're an Iron Man and you think just because you're an Iron Man you won't get anything out of it, you catch 2 lucky implings, you get 1 bond. You catch 3, I'll give you another bond. That seems fair to me. And if you're an Iron Man and you get the Fire Battle Staff, you probably should make a main account, because I'll just give you 1.5 bill, put on your own main account, and then you can buy bonds whenever you want. For this man trying to break my streak? I mean, I think you're trying to break your own streak. I always post in Discord when I'm live. ! Discord, by the way, if you want to be notified when I'm live. Been busy this fine day. That's good. Stay busy, man. Stay busy. That's good. You can check Discord. You just checked Twitch, yeah. And to brag anything about back-to-back dragon hides or magpies. Yeah, you can keep that one. I got over 15,000 black dragon hide. I can't even use them yet. Edge. Did I say 15,000? I meant 1,500. I would never lie to you guys. Never. Never ever. Impossible. I need to go to the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. Look at the log again while I'm gone. Random. Let's go. Another lamp. Hell yeah. Use this bad boy. Smithing again. That's 2 lamps this stream. I've only been live an hour and 25 minutes. Crazy. I'm on World 519 GE. I don't know where the herb guy is that you say. I'm just like south. Just south of the GE. Arsen's 3rd age plate. So the recent vid, and man, this grind seems almost worse than Cox Chunk. I think it's worse on its own than the other two grinds on their own at Cox, but since there was so much at Cox, you know, that obviously took way longer. And I was going from like having nothing. Where this chunk, I have a decent starting weapon. Obviously, I've got like decent gear to start off with. I've got decent levels to start off with. I have all the ores. If I had to get all the ores for this grind, it'd be way, way worse. There's a lamp loadout plugin. So where you can only lets you lamp the selected lamp you want. Selected lamp you wanted. I don't know what you mean by that, to be honest. Judder dude, is that you? Gifting just over 30 mil. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's me. Appreciate you, man. That helps. That's at least 3 lucky implings right there. I'll put you on the spreadsheet as well. Anything helps, and if anybody else would like to donate to the Lucky Impling cause, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, just let me know and I'll log on to my main again. Any bit helps. We're paying 10 mil now per Lucky Impling, so yeah, the money will go pretty quick now, especially with as many people scouting as there are now. My friends chat's crazy right now. We got 19. I had 28 people in earlier. That was the most I've seen. But if all of these people are currently scouting, then yeah, we got a lot of people helping out right now. And if you'd like to help scout and possibly win a lot of money, !lucky, !scout. I've been keeping a spreadsheet of all the luckies since rolling this chunk. I'll show that to you guys now. Um, 53 lucky implings since rolling this chunk. And yeah, you can see like all the stuff I've gotten, if it's useful or not, and if those people wanted a payout or not. Update the lucky impling high scores? No, I need to do that today. I did at the beginning of the day. Obviously, we've gotten a few more things since. But yeah, all the people who donated here, and we got predictions. If you have a prediction, I'll take it now. So if you have a prediction on when I'm gonna get the fire battle staff, I was gonna give a bond away if you guessed it correctly, and you'll be in the video or something. Maybe I'd give you a free VIP. 111. Somebody's already guessed 111. Do you want to also guess 111? If 2 people guess it correctly, then I guess it would be like you compete for it. 112. I think you're the only 112. We'll put it down. Anyone else? 50,000 pancakes, yeah. I don't think anybody will ever catch that many lucky implings ever. 217 turn it. Okay, got you down for that. 10, you can't guess. 10, I'm over 10. Well over 10. Put in for 126. Maddie. Pancakes is onto something. I hope not. Did I guess? I think you did. Yeah, you did. 92. You were wrong, sadly. Sit down. Daryl, you already guessed 87. You can't guess again. That's not fair. Alright, that's it for now. How many fire runes you at? I've been using the fire runes along the way. But currently in my bank, I have 1,466. I think I need another 3k for another level. But it's better for me to get the levels as I get them, but as I bank them in fire runes. So I'm at 63. Smithing, about 3k more and I can get to 64, so a couple days. Well, a couple days because I'm not doing a ton of necromancer. I'm gonna be busy most of tomorrow, so I won't be playing much. I think that's the third time you try to put a guest down, Daryl. Everybody was a little bit too optimistic when they first put their guesses down, I'd say. A little too optimistic. Gourmet and eclectic inside the necro place. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but now I can just prayer flick it all. Appreciate it though. Yeah, it would be nice to get a couple defensive upgrades. Like a Black D head body would be a defensive upgrade for both magic and melee, so that's another reason why the Black D head body is really good. Blessed D head body would be the second best thing I could get besides a fire battle staff, 100%. Air staff, third best? Probably. If I'm being honest. Probably. Blessed boots aren't amazing. I already have snakeskin boots. I think they're only +1 magic defense over the mystic boots. They do give some better melee defense though, but actually I think the Blessed Head coif would be better. Although I think the Ancestral Hat's still better magic defense specifically. It's interesting. I mean, the combat bracelet's really good for damage. Spiked manacles would be really good for damage, so those are both really high up there too. That looks better also? Yeah. Yeah. True. Coifs have always looked weird in this game, but I don't think they're expected to be anything special though. I miss the tier list. Yeah, I have a command for it. A couple things I would place differently though. Nowadays I would put the air battle staff in S tier because of something I learned after making that list, and then the regular coif drop should be like a Robin Hood, because a regular coif is definitely like worse, but I guess like every kind of coif would be under that sort of umbrella. Then Jalaj? I don't know how you pronounce that. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We got flippers. I love the flippers. Best fashionscape shoes in the game. Most people call me Denge. I'll find going for first fire cape. Ooh. Good luck. I believe. Definitely a rite of passage in old school RuneScape. Getting your first fire cape. Hopping around on main while playing my chance man accounts and AFK Hounds on the Gim. Sounds good, dude. Sounds like a nice bunch of activities going on. Different accounts. Been hearing about a lot of people making a chance man recently. I think that's a really cool game mode. Very much as restricted as Chunk Man in a lot of ways. What's Chance Man? Goody on YouTube has a really good series going on. It's basically everything in the game is randomized, so everything that's tradable starts off locked. Whenever you obtain a new item, you randomly unlock an item. So like, let's say you're just starting your account, you go to the general store, you buy a pot. That pot will randomly roll like an Armadillo God Sword. So now you have an Armadillo God Sword unlocked. So like pretty much everything's random. So just getting like simple tools like a spade or like air runes is difficult, and because you just have to get lucky on it. Doing quests is nearly impossible because of how many different items you need for them. They're pretty cool. Appreciate the bits, Bella. Brightening up the stream with some hearts. I gotta be careful, I'm gonna die. I probably should have tried to get that gourmet Impling, now that I think about it. Their max hit is 7, so as long as I'm above 7, I don't think I'll die. So you buy the pot from the store, you have to roll it first before... Yeah, you have to roll it first. So I guess like a better example would be killing a goblin. You get bones, and then the bones are a new tradable item, so you'd get a spin of the wheel for something to get unlocked. Plus, like, if you got something on top of that, like, what do goblins drop? God damn it, I forget. I don't know. But you couldn't use those bones until you unlocked them from the random wheel too, so like you're picking up these stuff and all you can do is drop them because you can't interact with them until you roll them on the wheel. But it's a very interesting series. I'm probably not explaining it as good as I could, so your best way to experience what a chance man is to just watch Goody's series on YouTube. If I happen to come across Essence siblings inside the necro area, do you want them for potential fire runes? Yeah. Yeah, if there's an Essence sibling and he's like in my boundary here, definitely let me know. I'll take that. This person working on something similar where you can choose out of 5 items from the wheel. That would be a bit less restrictive, so I could see a lot of people enjoying that. I feel like for a YouTube series though, the one that Goody's doing is probably better, and that's probably why he decided to do it that way. More restrictive is usually better for YouTube. But the thing about it too, he can use the GE, so once you like unlock air runes, you can just like go to the GE, buy them, type of thing. Yeah, there's a plugin for it. Goody made the plugin himself. He's one of those plugin whizzes. Freaking wizard. I start picking up these skulls because I'm probably gonna bank early. Hard to 100% pay attention to player flicking while reading chat and stuff. But I think what I need to do is just not take so much damage at the beginning of the trip, because that's where it kind of takes a toll. But like last trip, I had like 80 HP at the end and like 50 prayer, plenty of plenty of health and stuff, so each trip varies a bit. Fill up my inventory with junk. But I don't have like enough food in the bank to be bringing food with me every time. Greetings, Captain. Hope you're feeling agile today. Yes, sir. Professor Glowing Octopus. Doing quite well today. Hope you are as well. Feeling extra agile. Actually, to be honest, I'm probably feeling a bit less agile because I fucking went hard in the gym the last 2 workouts and I'm feeling it today 100%. Felt like an old man getting out of bed today. A back workout into a leg workout. That'll do it. That will do it. Harry, Larry, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Alright here. Good evening. All the boys getting in now. My back hurts a little from my workout the other day. I think I pulled a muscle. That's not good. That's not good. I think the main reason why I stopped going to the gym the last time I took a break was a shoulder injury. Oh, wasn't anything big, but like I could only do like 2 lightweight shoulder workouts and then like it would stop. It would start like popping. Like it felt like it was popping out of my socket, but it wasn't for sure. But yeah, I got that injury from bench press. But yeah, that started like a 6-month break from the gym. But yeah, after that 6 months, like I've been back for over a month now and I haven't felt it. So I think I needed a break. Maybe that was a bit longer than I needed of a break from the gym. But I mean, I had car troubles for like the last couple of months. I really wanted to go to the gym, but like had the car troubles and didn't go often. But now everything's good and I feel a lot better going 3 times a day, 3 times a week now. And I might bump that up to 4 once I get, you know, my body more used to it again. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, car's good now. Cause car's good. Bit of an older car, so it's always got like 1 or 2 problems every year. It's still less expensive than leasing a car or making payments on a car. I bought my car with cash and might have to pay a couple hundred every year for just maintenance on it. Well worth it in my opinion. Oh, don't take damage. Yeah, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with having an older car for sure. It's 20 years old this year. I believe at 25 I can get like antique plates and then you pay less for antiques for registration and stuff. That's one advantage, I guess. I think it's different in every state, Daryl. In Maine at least it's 25. Pretty much everything that has to do with vehicles is different in every state. Unless it's highway related. Depending on the state with antique or hobbyist plates, you can't drive it during January. Just January? That's funny. I don't think that's a rule in Maine. Not that I know of anyway. Still gonna get this hat. you know, all shaped and stuff. By the way, Cox Chunk merch, guys. If you haven't checked that out, !mark merch. Give it a look. You might find something you like, and it's not going to be around forever. Limited time only, so. It's not anything that I don't think anyone would you know, really mind wearing out in public, and that's kind of what I was going for. More subtle, but Cox Chunk logo. I'm sure if anything, might be a nice conversation starter. People ask why you have Cox Chunk on your hat or your shirt. Yeah, all of the profit from that goes back into the streams, into the YouTube videos. Cox Chunk down the sweatpants legs. You betcha. You betcha. But let's be honest, most of us are gamers and most of us are just gonna wear them in our house anyway, so. That's why I picked comfy stuff. That's the only merch plug I'll make today. Don't overwhelm you guys with that. Bro? Bro. Pants are flipping awesome. You see, guys? Bella thinks they're awesome. Oh, by the way, if anybody has bought merch already or is looking to buy merch, if you post yourself wearing it in the IRL section of my Discord, and you don't mind me posting about it on socials, you can post that there. I've had a few people post already, but I think it'd be cool to have a few more people post pictures wearing it, and then I might use that for future stuff in like videos for showcasing the merch and stuff, instead of just my awkward self being my own model. You guys would be much better models than me, 100%. Got a bank soon. I've yet to die once on this grind, and I refuse to. I've seen so many chunk accounts. This run is in a smithing grind, right? Looking for Lucky Impling to get fire staff. Exactly, Trippy, yeah. I do have a YouTube series, !mark YouTube, if you want to check it out. But yeah, we started at the Chambers of Zarek chunk. Completed that about 3 months ago. Just released a new video about the chunk rolls a couple days ago, and now we made ourselves to Shazian, where we have an 85 smithing grind to superheat a Brunite bar. And we got that grind because we unlocked this Necromancer here that is my only primary source of fire runes. So we have a primary source of fire runes, nature runes, and we have ores, a bunch of ores from the raid itself. So that's why we had to get 85 smithing. But I basically have to kill this Necromancer 300,000 times for 500,000 fire runes for this grind, so it's quite a long one. And yeah, since the big thing holding us back is fire runes, a fire battle staff from a Lucky Impling would literally save me like 2,000 hours of killing this guy, just collecting fire runes. So that's why we have a 1.5 bill bounty on the fire staff, and also paying 10 mil per Lucky Impling scouted as well. So if anybody wants to have a chance of winning that money, !mark lucky, !mark scout. We've got a lot of people looking already, but could definitely use more. We've got so many more new worlds that they've added recently. And there's 2 locations, plus, you know, if everybody spreads out in the locations so we can cover the most ground, everybody will have a pretty solid chance of finding something. But yeah, yeah, if anything, just saving a bunch of time on this grind is hella worth it. Over at home, you must have died. Not on this grind. Not on this grind. Imagine I was just here. I wouldn't even risk 10 HP if I was a hardcore, like I did just then. That's the thing about hardcore though, like I didn't want to play this account like that. Because it just makes you less efficient, I guess, or just more paranoid. I'd be way more paranoid all the time that I was gonna die from something stupid like a zombie. Or a troll. I've died a few times to the troll earlier on in the account. Bad dreams, yeah, people have a ton of bad dreams about hardcore deaths. Yep. Wiping on UIM too, a lot of people have bad dreams about that. This game mode is not built for UIM though, that's for sure. Hoarding supplies and stuff is so useful for this game mode. It's crazy. AFK too much to do hardcore? Exactly, yeah. Poor Loki, yeah, I know. RIP Loki. At least he has a lot of content to work on. Yeah, I heard about his wipe. Yeah, that's crazy. At least he already got Zuckhelm. But I mean, getting it back now is going to be a lot harder, that's for sure. But yeah, it's basically going to be like just playing a brand new account again. Yeah, it's good content from him either way, I guess. I don't think he's really had any luck starting a new series. So, it's probably best for him to... It's actually probably good for him to wipe and restart, because, you know, people will be able to see, like, previous grinds done again, I guess. Yeah, look at us talking about him again. Yeah, it definitely got people talking, like seeing that wipe and everything. A lot of the clips channels were talking about it and stuff too. Rebuilds are always fun. Yeah. Inside job? I don't know. I mean, some people might do something like that on purpose, but I would guess 99% of people wouldn't. If you're scouting as well, remember I can't go into 1750 or above total level worlds. Just as a reminder, try and avoid those if you can. If I find a lucky, where do I send info? Just the channel in game? Friends chat is the best place to let me know. You can also private message me. I've always got my private on. Or if I'm streaming, you can say it in the Twitch chat too. I want to get rid of my back pain. I don't know, man. I've never had back pain. And I'm 30 years old now, and yeah, you can also ping in Discord. Ping me in the Impling section on my Discord, !Discord. But yeah, I've never had back pain, and I've always deadlifted. And a lot of people say that's good for, like, the longevity of, like, your back and joints and stuff. Doing heavy lifts. Some people think it's bad, but it's been good for me in general. Military service? I can see that. You're definitely carrying around a lot of heavy things for sure. And not necessarily like in a controlled space like a deadlift. Like deadlift, most important thing is form, and you gotta get your form right. And if you have bad form, then you could easily get injured. I guess like if you're in certain situations in the military, you might be put into situations where you might not be thinking about, you know, your form when picking things up. But yeah, I could see that. On separate note, I'm making some tomato sauce for pasta. Nice, nice. I really don't eat red sauce much. It gives me wicked heartburn. I like tomatoes. I like red sauce, but it's like instant regret whenever I do eat it. What is the wander range of Luckies? Think about running around more. The wander range, I'd say like the one here spawns right here. Kind of just make like a circle in a chunk area. And that's about it. My 4th synapse for Emberlight, and Gimmate got his first, so we can both make it now. Oh, nice. Oh, you're Gim, so that makes sense. Okay. So getting extra synapses is really good for you. That makes sense. Looking like it's coming up well browned meat on steel pot, then dumped in a bunch of onions, minced, and garlic. I am not that much of a chef, so kudos to you, man. That's sick. That sounds good. Making me hungry. Are you trying to make me hungry? I think you are. For spices to seep into the sauce and then we get something going. Dang, dude. You're gonna get everybody hungry. I bet half of the chat's literally ordering a pizza right now because they're talking about that. Mouse watering, no cap. See? Words are dangerous, you see? Yeah, I know. You better share it with the class if you're talking about it. Turn up, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Almost out of aggro here. There's a way to increase NPC render distance. I think that they're contemplating, or that they were talking about maybe increasing the render distance when they were going to implement HD into the vanilla client. Because they're going to have to do some major, like, under the hood type stuff, and they might have been able to do that. I don't think it would be like a massive amount, but if they could do that, that'd be pretty sick. You guys mind watery sauce if I share it with all of you? Watery sauce? Oh shit. There's a dragon impling right here. My world. Thank you guys for coming to help. Some glories. Be some alks later on. 31k. That'd be more than that, to be honest. I looked it up. It's server side. Apparently, you can increase the chunk draw distance since it's client side, but NPCs are server side. Yeah, exactly. They'd have to do some engine work for it. Gonna dump a bunch of water into it. Share it with like. Oh, so you're gonna water it all down. Yeah, you gotta share it with all 50 viewers in the chat. Sorry. That's what it is. I am literally getting hungry though, since we've been talking about it. I think I'm gonna go grab my dinner quick and eat it on the side here. Yup. Pup's gone mental. Leftovers for the win. Oh yeah. It's like a nice surprise sometimes, because I cook a lot, so like some days I forget and I'm like thinking about what I gotta cook, and then I realize I don't have to cook, I have leftovers. Hell yeah. Just got some steak tips from yesterday. Gonna go shopping. Good luck. Appreciate you, LexCord. Thank you for being here. Hope somebody gets fireball staff. Me too, man. Me too. We got one lucky Impling. Super early in the stream. Maybe we'll get more. Maybe. Either way, I can't be mad at 2 in 1 day. What's up, Karen? Welcome in. I don't think I got many fire runes the last trip, since I had to end early. What's that guy's problem? You're just spamming up the chat. Straight to the ignore. Right. Another dragon imp. Dragon long. Getting that D long out. That big old D long. Sorry to whip it out on you guys like that. It's my bad. Damn, that was like an extra chewy piece. Wish the 2 lucky Implings would spawn to get that even number, and of course the staff. Hopefully, man. Much cayenne? Bit too spicy? Spicier the better, man. What are you talking about? Burn your mouth off, spice. That's what you need. Puts hair on your chest. Love the spice, but I would not like to grow hair on my chest personally. But it's so cozy in the winter with hair on your chest. True. Very true. Out of habit, because that's how I make chicken. Spicy chicken. I don't know how, but you're making me hungrier again. Love spice, my partner does not. More for you. More for you. I mean, I don't like super suffering type of spice. I like spice. I like it to be spicy enough to challenge me, you know? Where I, you know, start to hold back sniffles, you know? That's the perfect amount of spice for me. Don't need it to wake me up from the dead. I'd give it more taste. Yeah, you put too much spice in it and it literally has no taste except for spice. I like to mix it up. Mix it up like how like crazy spice and then not so much spice. Sometimes in between. No spice for Daryl. Like tasting my food. You can have a bit of a kick to it. Still taste it. Oh man, a spicy chili. Oh, that sounds good right now. That's flavor right there. With the chili. Oof. Your significant other thinks Tabasco is really spicy. Tabasco is like a different kind of spicy, I think. I really don't have Tabasco much. When I lived in Tennessee, like down south, people put Tabasco on everything. Cornbread is always good. Oof. Cornbread mixed in with a spicy chili. Oh my god. Oof. Damn it. I wish I had some of that right now. Yeah, that's like prepare for a day of football watching type of meal. When it gets colder out. Definitely like a fall food. Or winter, I guess, but can't wait for that. And we got Chunk Volcano spamming in the CC2. Damn. I do grow my own chili. Just cause why not? They be spicy. That's cool. Growing your own. Living off the land. I don't feel like going all the way over there for a ninja. Potentially ruining my aggro. Need a good crock pot homemade recipe. Yeah, my dad makes good chili in a crock pot. That's the way to do it. Give it a go for sure. As for the recipe, I can't. It's a secret. The secret family recipe. I can't give that out. Okay, 100 gifted. I'll give it out. Nah, I'm just kidding. Imagine though. Pog. 100 biddies. Okay. Not the same. Not the same. Just do that 100 more times and then that'll be okay. No, I actually should get him to write it down sometimes so I can make it on my own. Gotta save up for Kalshung sweats. Gotta save up for that? You're trying to tell me that they're too expensive? Dang. No. I know you weren't joking. You don't have to backtrack. It's okay. It's alright. Love trying new recipes from around the world. Yeah, that's like definitely one of the best things about traveling is trying new food. I don't know if there's anyone here from England. I don't want to upset you guys because people from England get super upset when you say that their food's kind of mid, to be honest. I will tell you one. I mean, the food wasn't bad when I went there earlier this year, but one thing is like the meat pies. Everything comes like breaded and just gave me like the worst heartburn ever. Best dish is fish and chips. Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I didn't try that I wanted to try was beef Wellington. I always wanted to try beef Wellington. But like I said, that's just meat covered in like a breading. Right? Like every food is something like that. Shepherd's pie. My mom makes good shepherd's pie. Is shepherd's pie originally English or was that Irish? Scottish? Forget. The beer Wellington? I bet there's a recipe for beer Wellington somewhere. Irish, yeah. 10 shoulder presses. Fine. Fine. Oh no, here comes Daryl. Daryl never has an original idea. He just has to stack on top of people. Alright. I'll do it. I should have taken the hat off. I realized like gonna have to change the angle so I didn't hit the hat every time. Got a DM for me? Possibly? Can't go there if you don't tell me the world. Remember to say the world when you give me a Impling Scout. 390. I know I can check it, but it's more annoying to have to search for the person than for them to just look at their world. 390. Yep. Gains. You can only do one per day of each of the exercises. Right now I gotta do some curls. Some curls for the squirrels. Debt paid. Workout completed. Nugans, welcome in, man. Good to see you. 3 stream streak achieved. I don't know if that's gonna help any. But... Will you Red X if you get the Dragon Warhammer spot like Verf? If I have that same spot and well, yeah, I probably will, especially if I don't have Chasian armor before then. Like we could possibly roll like pretty much straight there. Either way. 2 chunk rolls. Seems pretty chill to do that method, to be honest. And I honestly thought that you needed the other chunk to be able to do that, so. What's that? Thought you needed this chunk to be able to do that too, but now you can do it in just this one. I think the shaman's there and you're there. At least, I mean, there's nothing bad about getting a Dragon Warhammer grind. Even if I do get the shitty grind, it's still like a 300-hour grind. Where this is a 4,000-hour grind. Like, I think I can take that. 100 hours, not that much. They'll give me a little bit of ores, nothing crazy. It's funny, like during Verf's grind, that they unnoted like some of the herbs. That was kind of funny. It was 7 times the drop rate. Anything's possible, I guess. Yeah, still collecting cursed Sammys. I probably will never stop doing that, to be honest. Like, I lose HP. I miss prayer flicks sometimes. I'm not perfect. Like, banking doesn't take long, and giving myself a chance to reset my stats is good. The only bad thing about banking really is the 10-minute despawn, or sorry, de-aggro timer. Or like, it halves my kills per hours for that 10 minutes. But that still allows me to get lamps too, so if I wasn't picking them up and I was hopping like infinitely hopping, let's say, I would still, this thing, completely lost my train of thought. What was I just talking about? Oh my god. I completely forgot. Alright, maybe it'll come back to me in a sec. What was I saying? I was like, even if I was infinitely hopping worlds, where was I going with that? De-aggro timer? Oh yeah, like, I wouldn't get any random events, which is kind of a negative. It would probably still be faster overall to not pick up the amulets, but something about chili. Yes. Chili. Mmm. Yum. I'm so wanting catfish. Ooh, one of the things I miss about living in Tennessee was catfish. We don't have it up here, really. Mmm. Catfish. Although, there's far superior seafood in Maine anyway. Why did you move? I'm from Maine, and I moved to Tennessee to kind of just get away. First time being on my own, and lived with some friends there, but got homesick, so moved back to Maine. Just go on Tinder, you'll find all the catfish you could ever handle. Just go to the GE and spam buying GF 10k. Get plenty of catfish. Do you have any spells you could be casting get 99 mage during this? Well, I have been casting a spell. I bring these runes, body runes, mind runes, so I can use the monster inspect in between the 10-second hop timer. Whenever I'm hopping, to get passive magic XP. So I'm already ahead of you on that idea. Yeah. Sometimes I miss Tennessee though. Oh, one of my best friends from Tennessee is actually coming to Maine next month with his new girlfriend, and he's been here once. But it was like raining the whole time, so we didn't get to see much, so I'll be able to show him like a lot more this time. Hopefully it doesn't rain the whole time again. Oh, party? Wait, what did I miss? Oh, party. Boating season's over. Actually, one of the things I miss about Tennessee is all of the boats on like this lake that I used to work on. There would be a lot of boat parties there with like houseboats. Like literally everything that you could ask for in a house on a boat. Those are fun. Adventure. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Very excited for it. Probably go for some hikes. It's not gonna be boat season anymore in Maine, but foliage season. So there'll be some nice foliage. I was like in Maine, love hiking, but I'm down south, very flat. Not that I'm complaining. Hiking's great. I go to New Hampshire a lot to hike too. Maybe even more so than Maine. Got a lot of I don't know, kind of more like medium types of hikes in New Hampshire, whereas Maine it's either like a short hike or an extremely long hike. There's not much in between. Tomorrow I'm going to Sugarloaf, which is like the biggest skiing mountain in Maine, and I'll be watching my sister. She's gonna do like she's basically doing a marathon through the woods for a charity event tomorrow, but we might do some hiking up the mountain tomorrow too. But yeah, the hiking's great in general. One of my favorite places in Maine, which is probably the top tourist destination in Maine, is the Acadia National Park. And I worked there for like 3 summers and did a lot of hiking there. And I still go back pretty much once a year to hike all the different places there. Lots of great hikes there. But like during the foliage season, there'll be so many people. It'll be like, not like there's a line ever to get up the mountain, but you're basically in a, just like behind people the entire time going up. But it's still funny to see. Like it's always funny when there's like, not to stereotype too much, but this happens to me every single year, I swear to God. But there's like this, when people come from like China, they'll bring their entire family, and I mean their entire family, like grandma and grandpa and great grandma and great grandpa, and they will bring them up like the hardest trail in the entire place. And like seeing someone's grandma do that is like, it's crazy to me. And typically they can do it, it's just really slow. But like there's some trails in Acadia where they have like these metal rods in the side of the cliff so that you can like climb up a ladder on the side of the cliff, and it has like these giant boulders that are like stocked on top of other boulders, where some of them you can only go underneath them and some of them you can only go over them. And like just the fact that their grandma and their great grandma, who probably is in their 80s, can do it is crazy. But yeah. They do pretty well for their age, I guess, in that instance. But yeah, I like hiking. I've never been anywhere that's like flat. I honestly couldn't even imagine that, to be honest. In Tennessee, it was kind of flat in some places. They had tornadoes there and stuff, but I've never been to like the Midwest or like where there's just flatness for as far as the eye can see. Never seen that before. Washington State has so many trails and hills. Yeah, Washington's good for hiking, I've heard. Definitely, yeah. Been to Denmark. It was really flat. I think their highest mountain was a hill. Pretty funny. I've never been to Denmark. Been on a few trails out of state. There were tons of people. but where there aren't many people, or at least fewer interactions. Haven't seen families like that come out of beaches. Almost clown car. Like with generations of family members exiting vans. It's funny. Yeah, the good thing about living, or like working and living at Acadia was on the off season. Like they have like 5 million people visit the island every summer. But on the off season there's like 5,000. So like before the season started, when we had to like prepare everything, and then like right as the season was ending, always the best time to go. There was like nobody on the trails ever. It's always funny to compare that. Can anyone catch me up? I could have sworn I saw a video of him rolling chunks, but on his YouTube, he just got here. Well, the chunk rolling was to get here. Yeah. Yeah, my account started at Cox. Chambers is Eric. Completed that like 3 months ago. Rolled all the way to here in one stream. And we're stuck here for 4,000 hours. Unless we get lucky with a lucky Impling that gives us a fire battle staff at a 1 in 170 chance. And that would basically save me 2,000 hours on this grind. That's why we get a 1.5 billion GP bounty on a fire staff. And also paying 10 mil per lucky Impling on top of that. Fisherman Daryl. I can picture it. Fishing pier was your first job as a team? As a teen? Fishing pier job. What do you do on a fishing pier for a job? Does it like cost money to fish there, or did you like sell like fishing equipment or something? Whatever's biting. Don't keep the fish most of the time unless they get badly hooked. I do a lot of bass fishing in Maine, and that's no good for eating, so just always toss back. I never liked ocean fishing. I've done it once. Went tuna fishing once. We didn't catch a tuna. We caught a shark though, but we let it go because it was too small, I think. Did money for entry, rented poles, so all the above, yeah. Always funny to look back on like your first ever job. My first ever job was at an indoor go-karting place. It was actually really fun, but I had to yell at a lot of old people for being too reckless on an indoor go-karting track. Because a lot of people would come for bachelor parties. They actually had a deal with like the local strip club that you go to the go-karting place first, and then you get like discounts at the strip club later. It's funny. So they would pre-game and be sauced by the time they were driving the go-karts, but since it's like a dangerous activity though, I got to kick some people out though every now and then, which is fun. I often spearfish under the oil platforms in the Gulf. Damn. Spearfished. That sounds exciting. And aren't oil platforms like way out there? Like, did you have to go really far for that? Same as what most people think of when they hear fishing in Washington State, because it's pretty big here. Yeah, they've been introducing salmon into the rivers and lakes in Maine, but it takes a long time for them to get like all the way through. So we haven't really had many places near me with salmon yet. My first job was at Volvo, full on depression from that job. Volvo, so were you making cars or selling cars or something else? I finished in the ocean. or fished in the ocean a couple times, but definitely prefer like fishing over river. Over river. Or river, I see. Yeah, I live right near a river, so typically fishing on the river. Spear fishing is a ton of fun. If you live near the coast, I give it a shot. I always think spear fishing as like something you do in shallower waters. Is it like shallower waters or is it deep waters? My dad has a small boat. We go 60 to 80 miles out. Scuba as well. Nice. I've always wanted to go scuba diving. Tuna. Tuna in it. Tuna on a Tuesday, in it? Sorry. I'm sorry. Making them. Nice. Made some. Also did some truck driving. Drove the front part back and forth. From the lorries. The lorries. Nice though. Nice. As a first job too, damn. I don't know if there's certain places where you can spearfish and you can't. I'll have to look into it. Treat you as if you could get fired at any second and you're very replaceable. Well, it's not fun, but good money. Yeah, that's a lot of places where there's like, I don't know, like, what's the word for it? Like factory jobs are kind of like that. One of my friends worked at a bottling plant for like water, and yeah, they've tried to fire him like several times throughout like the past 10 years that he's worked there, and he's had to like bring him to court about it and stuff too. They don't mess with them anymore. They've had like new management coming in and like the higher ups tell them that he's off limits as far as firing goes, because they just want to avoid legal shit as much as possible as like a big corporation like that. Like he wasn't like bad at his job or anything. I feel like probably the first managers probably more had a personal vendetta against them, but at least that's how it is in America. It's probably completely different where you are. Let me go eventually because I got too old. I decided to go to uni. Too old? How old is too old? 27? Yeah, you must have dementia by then, right? Dementia and you forget how to make a car. Your bones are frail and could be easily just snapped in half by that age. Literally. I guess that's why we have like laws against firing people for certain reasons in America. Not that it's a perfect system, but it's a problem in like places where they use a lot of technology for them to fire like the older staff, because over time usually your salary goes up, so these people are making more and have a harder time working with technology, so they try to get rid of them, which kind of makes sense, but it's also bad. But those people need work too, but at the same time, like, they're a company, they're trying to make money, and they can't keep up, and they're making more money for not doing as good of a job, I guess. See arguments for both sides of that. They get people that are 18 and 19 right out of school that do the job for less pay. Yeah, I guess that's probably one of the reasons, like I was saying, because you expect to make more money over time. There's also like Obviously, when they bring in these new kids, they come in with zero experience, and then they've gotta spend time retraining them where you're already trained, so is it worth them spending the extra for training a brand new person over having someone who knows what they're doing who might be getting paid a little bit extra? Anyway, where'd these lucky implings go? What the hell? This is supposed to be a record-breaking day. What happened? It was funny, yesterday I went to the gym and told people in the CC, like, send me a message in Discord if you find anything. And then I'm driving home and I get like a Discord message about someone's got a lucky impling, and I was right near the store and I was like, okay, I'll pull into the parking lot of the store and get this lucky impling quick. So I got on my phone on mobile and got it in my car. And then I went to the store, came back out, driving home, and somebody else finds a lucky impling. So I pulled over side of the road on mobile, got the lucky impling. It's funny. No lucky implings this whole day, but it had to come as I was driving. Yeah. You see the dedication. The dedication. I was thinking, like, what if like a officer came up and was like, why are you pulled over to the side of the road here, sir? You're like, God, I gotta catch that lucky impling. Gotta get my fire ballast staff. Sorry, officer. I feel like if anything, they would have respected that I would pull over for that. 100% nerd behavior. Nerd's a compliment. And nerds have way more fun than anybody else for sure, so absolute compliment. Normal people don't know the feeling of having to pull over because you have to get online to get this little impling thing that flies around, and you only see one every like week, if that, of hopping around. Like, nothing like that in life. Different. It's different. Passionate and committed to what you enjoy. Glad I'm not banned. Nobody would have banned you. Earn objective. Call me a soldier. Hate that. My friends list still always full, so I gotta delete people. And my moderators never watch me anyway. They can't ban you. No, my moderators typically are the ones insulting me anyway, so haven't gotten banned, I've done worse. Very true, Daryl. Very true. I miss bats. Yeah, you're right. Bats was the peak content. We'll never get content as good as bat catching. You guys all know it. Every time I went to the resource room in the raid, I'd catch bats, and you guys would say, don't continue with the raid, catch more bats, we want bat content. And I said, no guys, no, we can't just catch bats all day, I gotta actually do the raid and kill bosses and stuff. And you guys would be like, aw, I want to see more of the bat catching. See? Yep. That was every day. Learning the vibe here. Never know what's going to offend others, what type of humor people have. True. You should know me by now, though. And I know how you get in Just Too Good stream. They were talking about it today. And they were right, too. They said that you were nice in your stream, but off the rails in anybody else's stream. I'm seeing it personally now. Not anymore, I don't think. He needs to learn to raid. I am always nice. At least I try to be. He'd be unhinged at times though. I was just lurking in Just Too Good stream earlier, and there was someone it seemed to was upsetting you about something. Telcon was streaming, but he had like 2 viewers on Twitch. Oh, that's true. Yeah, most of his are on Kick. It's tempting to do a stream, but I would hate that to only have like 2 people on one platform. Like I bet if I streamed on Kick and Twitch at the same time, I'd probably have only 2 people on Kick. At most, probably. Always want what's best for others. That's good. That's a good mentality to have. I'm like that too. I'm an optimist and I typically give people the benefit of the doubt, but also like when it comes to my friends, I always give them a hard time because that's one way I show love. I'm giving you a hard time. You know, you're probably one of my favorites. True. I always shit on Daryl. Tell him how bad he is at spelling and how much he trolls the chat. I don't defend him when people tried to ban him. Or time him out, I should say. Mostly use Twitch because Kick app sucks. I never had problems with the Kick app. There might be some features that it doesn't have, but I typically I barely use chat when I'm on mobile anyway because the screen's tiny. So I like to open up the big screen on mobile typically. Never spell check or even double check what I'm saying. I never proofread. Yes. I know. That's why we got Beer Wellington earlier. I'm a professional Daryl translator now too. So even if you do get spell corrected, I know what you're saying. Yeah, we wouldn't get gems like that if you spelled everything correctly. Yeah, Beer Wellington. It's gonna be a new craze, I swear. Just cut into your beef Wellington and it goes through like a can of beer and just explodes everywhere. Maybe I'm thinking too deep about it now. You just blame English as my second and third language. That's a good excuse, yeah. That's a good excuse. One of my friends, whenever he like mispronounces something or uses a word incorrectly, like, sorry, English is my first language, yeah. Like one of the things he always says. Lurk. Should I have a lurk command? What would the lurk command be? I get some water after this kill. Stay hydrated, chat. Fill up your water. Take a breather. Bathroom break. Stretch. Do what you gotta do. The person who's found 7 lucky implings crazy. It is in 3 months. About 3 months. You get that many. So it's not as crazy, I guess. Speaking of though, I need to update that. What we got today. Two brand new too. The list is getting long. Let's get this fire staff and the list won't have to get longer. Did that. be 29,000 necromancers soon. Maybe we can get a random here. That honestly scared me a little bit. Oh my god. I thought I was like still in Discord or something. Jump scare. I was just about saying something too. I forgot about it. I was just reading my YouTube comments again, and God, some people are so weird. Not Bella though. Not Bella. What's the worst one? Oh God. There was one I posted in my Discord yesterday. Yeah, I try not to react to bad comments too much, but sometimes I just want to like clap back at people because they're being so dumb, dude. But I mean, sometimes some people post negative comments and you just talk them through it, and then they end up being like decent people, but 90% of the time that's not the case for sure. Yeah, I put one in my Discord. I'll read it. One chunker should be sensible towards their own content. Some grinds are just not fun. So many series get stuck in places where they're not pleasing anyone. Being proud about how their own resilience towards the grind doesn't make them better. So he's basically just mad because I do certain grinds even though people aren't gonna like it as much. I don't know. I said this in response. I thought this was kind of witty. I don't know. You can tell me if it's not. I said, I do crazy grinds for the same reason Exact does no overhead infernal capes on one defense account. Not to please anyone, but for them to say what the fuck when I complete it. That's the goal. If people aren't saying what the fuck when you complete something, like, are you really doing something interesting, right? This isn't even a phrase stream? Yeah. I don't know. It's like I put my content out there and it's my content because it's how I want to play the game, how I want to edit my videos. And I do like make tweaks here and there in like how I present, just so that most people can understand what's going on. Most people can feel like the emotion of what's going on. But like if somebody doesn't like my content, just don't watch it. Like I don't understand why they have to be like, change your content for me. Like if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Or you can be one of those people who watches episode 1 and then doesn't care the entire series, and then you watch the finale episode. Like I had plenty of people do that, and I'm fine with that. That's more reasonable than what some people do. So, yo, Jesus fan gifting a tier 1 sub to Esso. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. And Esso, if you're here, could you thank Jesus fan? I agree, there is plenty of other content out there. Move along. Exactly. And there are people who will do one chunk counts catering to most audiences. I don't know. There's plenty of others, but I don't really want to get into it. Thinking too much about negative contents is like, it's a downer for sure. And one thing I really hate about YouTube Studio is when you like look at your YouTube Studio, there's like a comment spot, and if you don't respond to a comment, the comment stays on that comment spot, but if you respond to one, it goes away. So if I don't want to respond to these negative people who aren't going to be happy no matter what I tell them, the comment just stays there like staring you at the face all the time, And that's annoying. I wish you could be like, hide content. I don't want to start deleting people's content or people's comments on my video if they dislike it, because I feel like that's disingenuous. But I almost want to get it out of my face because I don't want to think about like the negative stuff coming in. Like I want to respond to the good comments. But yeah, a dismiss option. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. But I don't know. It is what it is. There's so many good comments on my videos that I really shouldn't even care about these bad ones. It's just so hard because I feel like the human brain just gravitates towards the negative a lot of times. Can you shadow ban them? Yeah, but that would mean that like they can't see anything I post ever anymore. Yo, just too good coming in with a raid. What's up, brother? Is this your second stream of the day, or have you been streaming all day? Big props to you, man, for streaming so much. W raid for sure. How's the stream? Do we do more Callisto today? What did we get up to? And there's a shout out for Just Too Good as well. Anyone from my stream who enjoys a fun streamer, just click that little heart for Just Too Good. You guys won't regret it. He's got the Agile Tom seal of approval, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's true. Mr. Dr. Roscoe, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. For everybody just getting in, my account's an extreme one chunk Ironman. What the account does basically is starts in one square of the game, and then from there it completes everything one chunk at a time. So I started at the Chambers of Xeric chunk here, completely finished that, green logged everything, and then rolled my way to Shazian recently, where I got a new grind of 85 smithing to superheat a runite bar, and to get that I need to kill 300,000 of these necromancers for 500,000 fire runes. So that's the current grind. However, we can get a fire battle staff from a lucky Impling, which would save me about 2,000 hours. So we got people scouting in my friends chat. About 26, 27 people. Damn, that's a lot of people. Scouting the worlds, looking for lucky Implings. For the person who gets the lucky Impling that gets me the fire staff, they get 1.5 billion GP that we've had generously given to us from a bunch of different people in the community, including Just Too Good, who donated 30 mil earlier today, and I appreciate him for that. Yeah, so also giving 10 mil per lucky Impling scouted as well. So even if you don't get the fire staff, you still walk away with something. This fire staff is 1 in 170. 1 in 170. Just Too Good, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. My man. Very generous of you. Why Hype, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate you. I also have a YouTube series for this account, !YouTube, if you want to check it out. Let me just get my bearings back here. Welcome in, everybody. Disfigured, welcome in. PNW, welcome in. Amnesty, welcome in. Habib, welcome in. Ran into my account yesterday. Were you the one at the trees, at the U trees? I remember meeting somebody there. Second stream, I wanted the boys to carry me through a Cox. Oh, let me know next time. Let me know. I'll gladly carry you. Gladly. Could always use a little break from the Necromancer to do a few raids here and there. You gonna carry me through Cox too? Got you? I got you? No, I got you. I got you. I'll bring you through a challenge mode. I'll amp up the difficulty for you. I enjoyed how long your hardcore status lasted. Yeah. Who needs hardcore anyway, right? At the time I couldn't be bothered making a new account and wasting another bond. I was at Cox Bank at like 1 a.m. Saw your account running by. You took him out. Oh yeah. Sorry, some days I probably run into multiple people, but I remember that. Yeah, I told you about the bounty, and to let me know if you find any lucky implings. Did they try to get me to do CM? Done 15 Cox back in 2018, not a single one till tonight. Oh, you did Cox back in the day, back in the fun times. I remember the day Chambers came out. That honestly, that's like one of my top 5 moments in RuneScape history, to be honest, is Chambers release. So much fun. There were so many glitches. Basically, you couldn't scout for rooms, so you had to go into the raid and you didn't know what was coming except for what you could see on like your mini map. But anytime you encountered an ice demon, it was impossible on day 1. Like you literally couldn't light the braziers to melt it quick enough. I don't think it was even fixed until like the next day too. But yeah, me and my team got Dragon Claws on day 1, which sold for how much did it sell for? I think 500 mil it sold for. It was an 8-man, so pretty good split on day 1. And everybody was using like Barax, and then everybody switched to Void. It's funny. Ruby bolts could hit like over 10,000, or not 10,000. Well, they probably could hit over 10,000, but people were regularly hitting like over 1,000 with Ruby bolts. They had to cap it. That's when they capped it to 100. It used to be based off of any monster's HP, but Olm had like so much HP that it scaled way too high. That was crazy. And Twisted Bows used to hit like 120 too. They also didn't have a cap day 1. Yeah, that was a crazy time of the game for sure. I think that was our first introduction to like a boss with actual mechanics too. So it was difficult. Like, I think before that, probably the boss with the most mechanics was Cerberus. I think. That sounds about right. Crazy time. I always remember those days fondly, figuring stuff out like that. They tried to get me. Oh, I already read that. I still need to do Cox on my skiller for some CAs and diary tasks. Yeah, they've got some of the easiest CAs for sure. Thank you, bro. These guys didn't understand. Yeah, there was no bank chest either. You had to drop anything you didn't want to bring into Ulm on the ground. I remember so many people lost dragon axes and dragon pickaxes those days, because they would drop it before they went into Ulm and then forget to grab it before going out. You had to like drop all your potions on the ground to like mix stuff together. Oh my god, it was chaotic. It's crazy. And if you had too many pots on one pile, it would disappear too, so you'd end up like over prepping potions and then like it would end up disappearing anyway. Oh my god, it was so chaotic. Crazy. And you had nobody remembers the little scavs, the baby scavs. There used to be 2 kinds of scavengers, guys. There used to be a baby one and an adult one. The adult one would have so much better drops, and the baby one would have really shit drops. So eventually they just ended up deleting it. But then obviously scavs have been terrible until recently anyway. But oh my god, it was good memories. Some of the memories are how messed up it was, but you can look back at like messed up stuff fondly after a certain amount of time's passed, I think. The Tinder would pick up oh yeah, the inventory spots. Yeah, that's kind of a new thing, yeah. But yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, the ice demons were impossible. Like, we would drop kindling in front of each brazier, tons of kindling, light it, pick up all the kindling, light it, Pick up all the kindling, light it, and then it would like heal back up to full. And they weren't like scaled or anything. It's just like impossible to do that room day one. And then I think they made it too easy. And I think they buffed it again a little bit after. People would have full inventory of pots. I remember people would enter ult, log out, their pots would stay on the floor. It wouldn't be a death. I don't know about that. I thought it would still take points away. Maybe maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I don't think anybody knew about that day one. That might have been a thing like later in the week that they had to fix because people were abusing it. Sorry about that. I'm allergic to just too good. Sorry. I sneezed there. You sound like pro here. I'm just going off of memory. Me too. I mean, that was still a long time ago. That was a long time ago. So you might have remembered something I forgot. I swear, every time I learn something new about old school RuneScape, something else unrelated has to get like pushed out of my head. I'm learning too much about this game, man. Too much. How long have you played? I believe I started in 2006. I've taken a lot of breaks in between. That's a long time. At least like I feel like at least 4 whole years of a break in between. Count like all the few months at a time, and probably my longest break was like a year and a half, maybe. What's my favorite thing to do in game? I mean, I like to do bosses. Bosses are fun. Challenges are fun. Things like this. Not my favorite thing to do, but like challenge as a whole is fun. My favorite skill is agility. If that tells you anything about me. Back when I was a kid and like before old school was a thing, I used to do agility for fun, and I would like pretend like I was racing people across the course. And some of them seemed like they might be racing me back, and other ones probably didn't care, but I don't know why, but whatever autistic thing I was going through was, I don't know, something like that. Probably autistic as hell. But yeah, I used to love doing dungeoneering back in the day. That's probably my favorite thing about RS2 that I miss. Dungeoneering. Although I don't really think it would fit in the current game. I also race people across the agility course. Yeah, I mean, I'm not alone, I'm sure. Still do. Still do a bit, yeah. Like, kill the same thing over and over. This isn't necessarily fun, but the challenge is fun, and doing a little bit of a grind every single day and seeing the progress over like months, that's fun. I don't know. Number go up, I guess. You trained your character. Do you imagine the Naruto running? I've actually never watched Naruto in my life, and I only the weird kids really watch Naruto, which I hear it's a good show, so it's kind of a shame. But yeah, like the weird kids in high school used to Naruto run through the halls and wear headbands, and I wasn't really part of that crowd. Context, I have no idea what she looks like. Oh, you meant fine as in fine. Trick got ripped off today. Damn it. Wasn't there. Does your wife watch the stream? Mr. Nips, SMH. Do you have to blur those out and on Twitch? Just put some pasties on when you rip off a shirt. Or you know what? Like they did a couple years ago, as long as you painted yourself, you could be completely nude. Stream sub is in the living room in a corner facing the rest of the living room. Sometimes she messes with me during stream. Sometimes she Naruto runs past the living room. Sometimes she flashes me. So not on stream, but you can see her. She does that just get a kick out of you or something. Male nipples are okay. Can't believe it. They're sexist against male nipples. I can't believe it. Wouldn't mind seeing an Agile Tom nude and drunk challenge mode cock stream. Just you wait. You know, if they ever turn Twitch into OnlyFans, like, you know I'm doing that for sure. Always gets a reaction, I can imagine. That's a good partner to have. You've got a good wife. To rotate, set up all gift subs to see Naruto run. Or you just do like an IRL stream once and you guys could race each other Naruto running. That'd be great content. Or flashing, whatevs, not picky. As if she wouldn't notice the stream setup being facing the opposite way. If she watches and she tells me when I fuck up and say stupid shit. It's hard to not say stupid shit on stream sometimes. Sometimes when you stream, you just gotta like say the first thing on your mind. And sometimes it doesn't come out how like it's supposed to. So I get it. I get it. As long as she understands that. Exactly, you get it? It's not my fault. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta fill the silence with something. Whatever weird shit crosses the mind. Like, if you can imagine doing a grind like this for so long, you gotta think of other things to talk about. For sure. I remember when I just started streaming, whenever it would get a little too quiet, I would just talk about my account from start to finish. And I had like this 30-minute rant that I like would say every time like it got quiet, and eventually in that 30 minutes you're just talking to yourself, maybe you've got 5 viewers going on. Eventually during that 30-minute rant, somebody's gonna talk about something you said or ask a question or say something in that time. When now, once you're done with your rant, you've got additional things to talk about. It was a secret sauce, I'm telling you. I'm glad I learned that early. Or else there would have been a lot of awkward silence in the stream. A lot more awkward silence, because I'm not saying that there isn't any awkward silence anymore, for sure. It's funny how you know Crad. Small world. I think Crad made videos before I made videos, and I watched him before I started. Crazy. But yeah, same genre, chunk account, so. And I love watching chunkers, other chunk accounts. How long have you been streaming? I streamed a little bit in like 2018. No, it was probably 2018. But then I didn't stream at all until 2021. So like 2 years now? Over 2 years. Just over 2 years. Actually, August was my 2-year affiliate anniversary. I often feel awkward on the stream. It's hard being the only one talking, especially when you don't talk much IRL. Yeah, yeah, you really just gotta get used to that. Yeah. But I mean, females are better at this than men. You can just talk about anything. You could be like, my girlfriend said this yesterday, and you know, it made me feel this way, and then girls are great at that. You just gotta pick anything to talk about, really. I'm sure now with your streams you don't have to worry about that much, but at least like early days in streams, it was a lot of talking to myself, as far as I remember. That's when chatters come in and have convos on their own. Honestly, like when people are talking to each other in chat, I just like can't help but read it and read it out loud. I don't know why. I don't know if that's like a bad habit that I have, but like if they're just conversing between each other, I like read it out loud as if I'm the narrator in their story. Try to get Crowd to go live more on with OSRS. Can't get him motivated. It's tough. Tough. And when was the early days just yelling into the void? Yeah. Instead of you coming up with every topic. Yeah, like your viewers coming up with a topic instead of you coming up with a topic. Yeah. It definitely like thinking of a new topic. Like somebody gave you a topic, it's definitely easier to come up with things to say about it than for you to think of new topics. I get that. You high? You think I'm high? I'm not high. You're high. No, I'm not high though. High on life. Yeah. RuneScape's my only addiction, and it's a pretty cheap addiction, so I'm happy with it. There are a lot more destructive addictions. Yeah, this guy, every day this guy says hi YouTube, and sometimes like I used to respond to him, and he would say nothing else back. He just says every day, and I just ignore it now. How high are you? No, officer. It's hi. How are you? You found my alt. What's your alt? Which one? Oh, that's your alt? Guns are my addiction. Shooting guns is fun. Very fun. I haven't for a while. Diggs, thanks for the follow. Is that your alt? Is Diggs your alt? Or were you talking about this? I don't remember. Oh, 3600. Sorry, Diggs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're your own person. You're definitely not a Russian bot AI who's here to stir up trouble. Definitely not that. Soda coming in with the Prime sub as well. Honestly, like, those came in at the same exact time, and I was like, did I change my resub sound or something? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's real. I found his stream a couple months ago, unless it's all AI generated. Who knows, bro? Who knows? One day you won't be able to tell. I thought it was auto. It'd be funny. Yep. Founder himself. Also my #1 gifter. Mr. Soda Chunk in the chat. Yeah, Soda used to watch me in the bat catching days. The days that we were just talking about, where I just had to talk to myself most of the time. When do you think you will start doing consistent top rates? After the first video comes out. The first video comes out, I'm gonna grind out a lot in one go. Yeah, it's not often like after 2 years of being affiliate, you still see founders now and then. Yo, King XD, thank you for the follow. Nom nom nom. Oh, you missed the predictions? Yeah, it'll be fun to get the predictions back for sure. Yeah, we used to do a gamble every single raid, and top raids are faster, so we'll be able to do even more predictions. Can't remember when I started following. It should be right on your profile. Following since September 25th, 2023. Oh shit, I'm like almost dead. Let's not die. You have a team already, or just whoever's in chat? Just whoever's in chat at the time. I'm not logged in on the account right now, so I could add some people. They're down. Yo, Soda coming in with the 5 gifted. My man. Goes to Toist, Chris, Lunemui? I don't know. I don't know how to say stuff sometimes. Salty, baby goat gets one. Is there 2 salties? I think there are 2 salties. And Jim Matt. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I like the making it rain emote. It's a good one. I'm on medical leave, so I have a lot of time where I can help. Oh, sick. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry that you're on medical leave, but make the most of it. I didn't open up Twitch for a month or 2. I mean, probably for the best, though. I bet you've been busy, man. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Any gifters that missed me? Too bad. I'm on medical leave. Oh, sick. Yeah. I meant like, like that's sick. He's, that's what I meant. Yeah. One thing I gotta do before I get a bunch of teammates for Tob is just go through everyone from my CM teams and ask if they want to do Tob too. Well, I don't want to say good people I want to win, but all the like reliable people at least. Not everybody was that reliable, but we get a Tob emo now. Yeah, she's a loud one. She's a loud one. No, I actually didn't mean, I was just joking. I didn't mean sick in the literal sense. I was just trying to explain myself so it didn't look as bad. Yo, Casatori coming in with Prime as well. Fucking generosity tonight. Thank you guys so much. Respect the grind. Appreciate you, brother. Coming in for 6 months, half a year. Should be a new badge as well. Get the red cape. But yeah, I'll log into Top Chunk right now. If any, who wants to raid with Top Chunk? Preferred that you have some experience though. But yeah, I'll add you right now if you want to. You're down. What's your account's name? Is it the same as Twitch? Oh, bruh, I know. Okay. I just didn't recognize your new name. I forgot. You can come. Addictions is your? Oh, that's a sick name. Yeah, add Tob Chunk. Spelled the same way as Cox Chunk, but with Tob. Guess what I got today? Helmet of the Moon on my first moon key. Damn, dude. That's pretty rare. Might as well plug the stream. He's asking what I'm doing. I got a gifted. You didn't even notice it? So to give you a gift. Time to get ready for bed. Leaving up a lurk for now. Thank you for the stream. Have a wonderful evening. And me and chatters. Thank you, Bella. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Talk to you next time. Everyone say good night, Bella. Good night, Bella. How many we doing? Ooh, holy shit. Dragon Impling just waltzed in here. I'll take it. I definitely want to run some on my birthday. The 27th is my birthday. I don't know if I'll have the video out by then, but I just want to run some for fun anyway on my birthday. But yeah, once the video comes out, I want to do at least like 10 a day. For a few weeks. For a couple weeks at least. Check the meme. Let me see the meme. You can't claim I'm barking at nothing. But we haven't had a single intruder. Do the math. True. Okay. Now I understand. They're the reason why. They're the reason why. Easy, I did like 30 the other day. That sounds so nice. I would love to do 30 tops in a day. I don't know. It's been a little while since I really grinded PVM. Definitely down for that, but I've got a pretty good routine going on with going to the gym and been eating pretty good and been getting good sleep and been getting lots of editing progress done recently, so I don't think I'm going to try and overdo the actual playing of the game in future. Focus more on a good balance of playing, streaming, actually making the content, and doing more IRL stuff. If that makes sense. We'll be good about getting good sleep. Yeah, it makes so much of a difference too. Even in just like the way I play, it makes a huge difference for sure. Yeah, marathon, not a sprint, right? Surely we get more lucky Implings today. Surely. I want to start making a lot more shorts too. A lot of more YouTube shorts. I want to start doing like one a day. Because they're really quick to make, obviously. And the better I get at making them, the faster I'll be able to do them, kind of thing, you know? I feel like I could do like one a day for a while. Really grind a lot of them out. And either way, like, putting out more shorts directs more traffic to your videos too. I really saw that with the last one I posted. Get a lot more traffic to the video, so worked out well. Since we're on a new grind, definitely there's more content that I could definitely do right now. And then we got a whole new series, and I could think of a ton of different shorts I could do about that too. Plus, I could even go back to like old Cox Chunk things and make shorts about that. Maybe some things on stream that could be turned into shorts I could do in the future. Why is my health already half? So dumb. I changed this so your name pops, that Brav Slab pops up instead of this Twitch name now. That way I can remember you. Did that with their last account too, but yeah. It's not gonna show up for you in stream. It just shows up for me. Yeah, I have that for a few people, and it's funny because whenever if it goes into like if they like Prime sub or something, it'll come up with the old name. So I'll be like, who the hell's that? Funny. 100 IQ move. Yeah, I have it for a few people. I know I did that for Dre too. Dre had like a different name, and I was like, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll join this raid," or he used to be like that, and I was like, "Do I know you? Have we raided before?" He was like, "This is Dre." So I had to change. I was like, "Oh man, feel bad." Maybe Dre will be down to do some tobs. I think he started a group account, Group Iron Man. What's fire staff rate from Lucky? It's 1 in 170. Not too bad. European? Yeah, he's European. I don't know exactly where he's from. Does anybody else feel this way? But I hate like guessing where some Europeans are, especially Eastern Europeans. I feel like if you like guess that somebody's from Bulgaria and they're from Romania, they're going to be offended. Or if you guess that somebody's Dutch and they're Swedish, they're going to get offended. Does anybody else feel that way? Or if anybody's from one of those countries here. Can you let me know if that's true? Like that in Slavic countries, yeah. But it's so hard to like take a guess where they're from. I don't want to offend anybody. The Finnish and Estonians are sometimes mistaken being the other. You're raised there, you can't tell it, that's a big problem. Yeah, that's another thing, yeah. I feel like a lot of Canadians, well, I feel like some Canadians are a bit offended when people assume that they're American, but also I feel like that happens so often that they're probably very, very used to it. Even a lot of Americans will think Canadians are the same thing, or they'll get like Minnesotan accent and Canadian accent mixed up. Like the only way that you know someone's French, or like French, or you know, the only time you know somebody's Canadian is if they're French, is what I should have said. Oi oi. Maine gets a lot of French Canadian tourists. It's probably like one of our biggest tourist demographics, French Canadian. But we like to make the joke here that Maine is the Florida of Canada. I think that's true because they all come here for their summer vacations. Oui? I don't know. I feel like it's one E. Oui. But it was annoying as like someone who did customer service jobs when I was younger and like get French Canadians. You get a whole group of French Canadians and only one person somewhat knows English, even though like English is very much a secondary language there. Like so many people speak English in French Canadian places that most French Canadians know pretty good English, but either way, like only one person would kind of know English and they might pretend that they know less English than they do. But yeah, they were sometimes annoying to deal with, and they never tipped. Doing like when I was like a server, like French Canadian, you knew they weren't gonna tip. That was always a bit frustrating. I feel like most tourists know that in America you're supposed to tip, but it's weird for an American to go other places and not know if it's courteous to tip or not. Most people that haven't worked in the culinary industry don't tip well either. Yeah, I'd say if you have had to rely on tips at some point, you're definitely going to be more generous when it comes to tips. I feel like people who have been in the service industry are a lot more likely to stiff people if they do a terrible job, though. Like you did a shitty job, not going to give you anything because they know that they could have done much better themselves, or yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to call it though. I'm going to send you guys off to Joe Watermelon.